Us humans have a tendency to want to mess with nature. One of our favorite ways of doing this is through the process called artificial selection. Artificial selection is where you take two individuals of a certain species with desirable traits, and then breed them together so you have one individual with those desired traits. Seems pretty reasonable, right? But the thing is, us humans don't know when to stop. We'll keep breeding this animal again and again and again until you end up with something like this. And at this point, none of us even know what we were trying to breed for in the first place. All we've managed to do is take this and breed it into this. A good example of artificial selection in action is the bulldog. Bulldogs, you see, were specifically bred for the purpose of bull baiting, a type of spectator sport where you take a bull and a bulldog and you put them in relatively close quarters. Then you put some pepper on the bull's nose to get it nice and mad, and then you watch the two fight. It was a bit like cockfighting to the people of Europe, but instead of roosters, they used a little dog and a 1-ton raging behemoth. Then, after you were done seeing a little dog get maimed by a bull, you got to go eat an awesome burger, because apparently bull breeders thought having a little dog hang off the nose of a bull improved the taste of the meat. Eventually, animal rights activists found out about this and were like, Hey, what the heck are you guys doing? And they banned the practice of bull baiting. But it was already too late for the poor bulldog. Due to years and years of bad breeding practices, not one bulldog alive is considered healthy. So just remember, the next time you see a bulldog, that they're probably leading a miserable life just due to the actions of people hundreds of years ago.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Now, of course, dogs aren't the only thing to have been affected by artificial selection. So let's talk about plants. Yeah, that's right. Not even plants can escape us humans' inability just to let nature be. Like broccoli. Broccoli doesn't even really exist in nature. Neither does cabbage, Brussels sprouts, or cauliflower. They all just originate from the mustard plant. I'm gonna just let that one sink in, because I'm pretty sure there's some of you guys out there that didn't even really realize mustard was a plant. If you still don't understand how incredible this is, just by selectively breeding certain individuals of a species, people were able to create this. The sad part is, years and years of genetic breeding went into making these plants, and the majority of the general population doesn't even eat them. Now you're probably thinking, wow, this sounds absolutely terrible. But at least I can sleep easy knowing that no one has ever tried to do any of these horrendous things to humans. But I'm sorry to tell you that we have. A really famous example of this is the entirety of the English royal family, who at one point in history tried to keep anyone that wasn't royalty from getting into the royal family. This, of course, eventually led to tons and tons of incest. And there's a reason why incest is taboo in today's society. After a certain period of inbreeding, the gene pool gets so sparse that you're actually handing down the throne of one of the most powerful nations in the world to people with severe mental and physical defects, like King George III, for example, who suffered from blue pea disorder, a type of hereditary disease where the sufferer's pea turns a bluish-purple color and can also lead to bouts of insanity. To make matters worse, while King George III was in power, England happened to be fighting a, certain war. If I was an English citizen in the 1700s, I certainly wouldn't have wanted one of the most powerful men in the world to run the risk of sporadically bursting into babble to the point where his mouth literally ran with foam. At this point, I'm pretty sure almost all of you are like, artificial selection sounds terrible, but why would we ever want to do anything like this? But you have to remember, without artificial selection, we wouldn't have hairless cats and these oversized rats. So at least we got something good out of it. So yeah. Just be careful how you breed things, and everything should probably just turn out okay.